managed to get myself out for a night, and I'm really glad it's improved weather-wise as well, because it means I've been able to bring the camera out this time, whereas quite a few times lately I've left it behind. So I'm going to crack on. The light's fading a bit, so apologies if this is a bit dark, but I'll try and get some filming done of other things as well. And I've checked the weather and all the details that I need to make sure of for tonight. I know the temperature is going to be going down to about 13 degrees. Humidity levels are going to be between about 58% and 73-ish. Come towards the morning. Don't know what that is up overhead. Red kite probably, but so humidity levels are going to rise a little bit come the morning. I know the wind direction is going to change slightly through the course of the evening, starting off kind of north-northwest, changing to early hours a more westerly direction, the wind. Light gusts of about 8 miles an hour, nothing major. There's a lot of branches come down in this bit. So this is a woods I'm familiar with. Oh wow. Oh, I wish you could see that. Red kite just flown through the trees. That one that I just heard a second ago, it's just gone through the canopy, just gliding through the canopy, no more than 30 feet away from me. Oh man, that was beautiful. Anyway, let's crack on. I doubt I'll catch up with him again tonight, but... So, there you go. I'll catch up with you in a little while when I found a spot for myself to camp up in. Well, I think this is where I'm going to pitch up. Oh, so it's so dark, guys. That's been a rather long trek through today. And it's the light's fading fast. It's amazing just how much of a difference it makes when you're inside the canopy, you know. So I'm going to start cracking on, and hopefully you'll catch some of what I'm filming with any luck. So just checking to make sure that there's no dead branches up there that I can see. No, it looks pretty clear of them to me, so I'm going to go with this spot. Morning everyone. It's just gone 6:30 and I'm just having a little chillax in the hammock. I'm not going to call this video an overnighter. I'll call it something like ramblings from the hammock, because I think sometimes when you put up a video called an overnighter, people have these sort of expectations to see a grand arrival at camp and nice shots of fires being laid and set up and good food being cooked and all that kind of business, when really I didn't get in till late yesterday. Had to dial into a call with work for into the US on the western seaboard, San Francisco, and that call didn't finish until gone 7:30. So by the time I got everything loaded up into the car and got into the woods, it was just far too late to get any filming done. This YouTube thing is certainly teaching me a thing or two. I mean, the camping business and the bushcrafting side of things is great because you're learning little tips and tricks, but you know, the major stuff about tying knots and how to put up tarps and how to sling a hammock and, you know, all those sorts of things, I'm cool with. You know, there's a lot of little tweaks and changes here and there that I'm learning all the time, but you know, really the major learning curve for me is about the filmmaking side. Anyway, you can only get what you can only get, can't you? You can only do your best. This was a quick overnight, and I didn't even bother having a fire last night. It was quite warm, and I just, in fact, I'll just show you. I've just slept in my smock and the wool blanket covering. And as you can see, my moccasins sticking out the top there with the softy trousers. As I say, I just literally slept in the smock last night, wrapped up in the wool blanket, nothing but a t-shirt underneath. I wouldn't suggest most people do that, but I like it quite cold, or I run quite cold, whatever the saying is. And as I stretch my legs out, I do like the hammock. I like just laying here, setting myself on a swing and enjoying the rocking motion. But anyway, enough of that. At the end there, you can see the I'll give you a bit of a guided tour around. I won't going to give you much. 10th Wonder storm rings with my little spade hanging out the end, always handy. 10th Wonder storm ring, just linked up to the tree huggers. At the top I've got the tarp. There's the edge of the basher. You can't see that very well, it's not focusing now. But what I did do is let's come out a bit. So just about here is the edge of the basher, and then what I did is I put the space blanket over the end just to extend it a little bit, because I wasn't sure if we'd get some rain last night. Always do check the weather forecast, but I thought I'd just make the provision just in case, preparedness, you know. So when I got here last night, I used Harry, and if you don't know who Harry is, let me come back this way. There's Harry. I slept with him last night. He was in easy reach. At the top of the hammock here, I've got quite a lot of room, so what I tend to do is put things like excuse me. What I tend to do is put things like tools at the top end here, and that's where Harry stayed. Didn't get much of a chance to use him last night. I'll see if anybody can come up with a link as to why I've called the Boca Magnum Harry. Put comments in the bit down below why you think I called him Harry. So quite often what I do is I'll put stuff up the top there, like a bottle of water and stuff like that. The other thing, I've got the Phoenix E11, my new flashlight, hanging from the Night Eyes headband. And it's quite a versatile little arrangement that. I've stopped using the Petzl light so much as a head torch. As using the E11 with the headband now. Just really because it gives me the versatility of being able to hang it from the ridgeline, but also using the Night Eyes as a head torch. Which is pretty cool. What else can I show you? Oh yeah, as I say, I made the hammock chair last night. So thanks to Tom, Mr. Hammock, for the heads up on the Browning Survivor, or Browning takedown saw, because I got mine through yesterday and I literally got a chance to test it out with about 4 cuts, and I've got to say what a brilliant purchase that was. So the hammock chair, I managed to find these 2 bits of wood, and the Browning Survivor or takedown saw just went through those things like butter. I can't tell you just how impressed with that saw I am, and for the weight of it, it's just brilliant. So I'll do a little review on the Browning takedown saw as well another time. So it's just gone, well, probably about 6:45 now by the time I stop talking, and I've got to head off out for 8 o'clock. So as I say, I'm not really going to call this video an overnighter, because everybody will just be disappointed with the fact that, you know, I haven't gone through the fire laying process and setting up the tarp and the hammock and all that kind of business. So I'm just going to call it ramblings from the hammock or something. But the thing that I did last night, I just got the hammock chair set up, and I basically sat there just in pitch black, enjoying the sounds of the woods, and it was just amazing. I mean, you could hear so much going on. I'm sure it would frighten the devil out of a lot of people. I mean, you had all these sounds of twigs coming down, and, you know, birds roosting, and the only thing I did have last night was a damn owl. Man, that owl was going through the night. But apart from that, I just sat there literally in pitch black in my hammock chair, enjoying the sounds of the woods, really letting my night vision kick in, and it was noticeable over sort of 20 minutes or so. You know, if you've never done it before, try it. Mozzies flying around. Because it's quite an experience to let your eyes go, and it's quite good. And it's noticeable over a period of about 20 minutes. I won't go into the whole science of you know, how the eyes work and all that kind of business, but it's noticeable over a period of about 20 minutes how your eyesight just starts to become accustomed to the dark. It's noticeable just how quiet it is. There was no real dawn chorus today. No real dawn chorus at all. Not like you normally get. It's just strange. There's no bird song. Anyway. Right guys, I think that's about it really. Might get a brew on, and then really it'll be time to strike the camp down and head off out. So I'm really sorry that this wasn't quite as an eventful as a video as I was hoping it was going to be for you. I really got to get in a lot earlier if I'm going to do this stuff. As I say, really the filmmaking side of things is it's just a secondary kind of thought for me, and it's a skill and a learning process, you know, that I'm trying to pick up. There you go. There'll be many more of these, so I'm going to crack on with it, and I'll catch you later.